It is day 31 of our 0 to 10K challenge. This month we have made $2,000, but the new month is upon us. So let's get into how we're going to resolve any future issues. And today I had to walk the accounting company I am supporting through how to fix this issue. And yes, I'm going to bill them for this. So today I am currently in Vestal, New York, in Binghamton. I looked at a garage, for around $4,600. I looked at a shopping center, Lowe's, in Binghamton, and was able to, put out a few bids. So my bids are gonna, total bids that will be going out today are around like $7,000. That's not really bottom line, that's just top line. Looking at more polished concrete work, more patchwork, which is what we do, right? We do epoxy coatings, polished concrete, patchwork, shot blasting, VCT removal, but grinding. We'll like remove it and then white box it, right? With that being said, we are in the process of slowly rebranding the company, because this company has been known mainly for epoxy, right? The rebrand has taken close to 6 to 7 months to truly rebrand it, but it's definitely been worth it. Sorry for the shaking, I'm driving. And the rebrand has been tough, but it has been fruitful. As we begin to move 10 to 20% of our business over from... That shaking is pissing me off, but as we begin to move our business solely from epoxy to having a polished concrete side of the business, and that I want that polished concrete side of the business to start giving us 20 to 30%, 40% of our work, because we're already busy in epoxy in the summer, but we need that polished work to truly start to elevate the business in a way where we can provide more opportunities to pay people more for leadership, to grow in the company. But you just truly need a vehicle that pays enough with margins so you can be able to subsidize that growth. Because you can't just pay people in epoxy like a foreman, just because you have truly set costs. With a polished concrete, you have more margins, but it's truly a skill, right? So that's why it's harder for someone to come in and copy it. The average person cannot just jump in. Like, there's a barrier to entry. There's friction. It's just how, in order to be an accountant, you need a CPA, right? Of course, there are people that do taxes without it, but that creates a moat around our business, right? And the other part of that moat that we have with polished concrete is the fact that the machine itself costs $30,000 to $30,000. So that's another moat. Aside from the fact that it may take 3 to 2 or maybe even 1 year, but 1 year is tough. 3 to 5 years to truly get a grasp of polished concrete at a level where you can sell it. That's a big deal. If you can get around that, you can truly set yourself up in a way where you're going to be able to go. You're going to be able to sell, because nobody can do it. So I went on a little bit of a tangent. I apologize. But there's certain businesses like epoxy. There's not so much a moat around it because you can get credit with Sherwin-Williams. They have their own General Palmer line. Anybody that thinks that they could do epoxy, good for them. Most people that start, great. Once there are issues, not great, no margins. That's kind of how it works. You got to be able to do one and done. And you're kind of praying that these people don't call you back. It sounds messed up, but it's the truth. But there are companies that stand behind their work. So luckily, we stand behind our work. It just sucks sometimes because you could go 5 years without a callback, but then that 1 year you have a callback, you're out of business. That's kind of how it works. That you could have done it a certain way and there was no issues, and now all those issues coming back in 1 year, maybe 2 years. And maybe those issues are showing you the type of workers you have, the competency there, people not caring, and you start to unravel the actual issues in the company, right? The plateaus of sorts. So, here's the deal. The long and short of it. Today has been a beautiful day. I got to visit one garage, got 2 for tomorrow. I visited the Lowe's today. I'm going to be putting out bids for, around $7,000 today. Phenomenal. I went to go see other shopping plazas that we may be getting in this area, which is amazing. But as we begin to grow in this area, we are creating a safety net of sorts. And if you've watched my past videos, it's really just kind of telling you guys how I'm doing it, how I'm building a company that's sellable, how I'm going to be able to, like the things that I'm actually doing to build this business, to grow it, my mistakes, my tips, how to make money, how to do it, especially in a very selective niche field. It's tough, but this is the hill we're choosing to die on, right? So if this is the hill we're going to die on, we truly have to know what's going on, how we're going to do it, and move forward. And the thing is I think God is still calling me to stay within this field of work. So if I'm going to stay in this field of work, I need to be able to make money in this field of work. I need to be able to create opportunity in this field of work. Just how anybody that's doing construction has their same prerogative. They need to provide for their family. So they do as much as they can. They hire people, and now they have to book enough work to keep those people working. It's just the name of the business. Now you have 2 people working with you. Your cost per day went from 0 to, which is really just covering the cost of your rent, your tooling, and if you have your own garage you're working out of, or now you went from that to, your laborers and your guys are making around like $200 a day, $225, $250, workers' comp another 15 cents. So truly almost like $300 a day for the guys, per guy almost. So you're looking at like if you have one guy, you clearly just put on $300, almost $300 a day in just administrative fees, right? Their costs and anything else. So you're looking at $300 a day times 10. And this is like you can't even decide a workers' comp. Workers' comp is brutal. So you're looking at $12,000. You're only paying these people maybe like $25,000, maybe $3,000, $3,500 a month. So some of that cost is subsided, but you kicking that can down the road for workers' comp, workman's comp. So you may not be footing that whole. It's $300 a day. It really is. Yeah, it's around like it'd be $1,000 a week, right? That you're going to be on the hook for around $1,000 a week, $4,000 or whatever around that number, $3,000. But the other thing you didn't mention was the workers' comp. And they're taking that out. Like, you got to set that aside, or you're going to get wrecked. does not even talk about running your books. But right now we're looking into fractional CFOs and seeing how we can create more tax strategies to help us make money and profit, especially for blue-collar companies. I'm not a CFO. Even my partner, Jason, he went to school and he got like his master's or an associate, whatever he did. He got like a bachelor's in his in business and finance, in business, whatever. But being a CFO, to do it and make money, turn a profit, it makes a difference. And you start pulling these levers to now get all this money back. You know what I'm saying? I am going to finish working on my directory website that I want to build once, really just get it dialed in. It's going to be basically for contractors, Northeast PA contractors. You're going to be scaled, ranked, and that way this is really just for the consumers of Northeast PA per category. So they can come to Google, they can stumble upon my website and find that their ratings ranked, you know? And I want to see if that'll work in this niche, this area. No, but because I really want to make easy money, to be honest with you. I'm also investing in crypto, but I've put like I've set aside almost $500 crypto, and my wallets are probably at that $500 dropped almost $250, right? So, but you don't lose until you sell. So we're close to, we're gonna close in on, you know, like, and I put another 230 in there, and my 230 dropped to like almost like 175. But it is what it is. That's just the nature of the beast. And I need one of these things to pop so I could get principal, so I could be able to have, instead of $200 invested, to $1,000. Because I want to create a leverage on that money I'm making on the side, right? So that $2,000 that I made, I got about 50 plus another 300 plus another, the 850 didn't come in enough. So I have 1,300 that's still pending, that's gonna come in soon. With that 1,300, I'm gonna take another $200. And that money will 100% be, you know, $200 is going to be that. The rest is just going to create a safety net for my family. That way I need to have a multiplier on that money. An exponential multiplier, where this money is going to be my way of making my money work for me. All the other money is going to be towards, you know, building up a safety net so I'm good. So I have something just in case an emergency happens. You know, and I truly wanted to get to, you know, a substantial amount of money. But I know it takes time. You know, but, you know, that's been today. The 31st, or day 31 of our 0 to 10K challenge. And I know I said I'm going to do the Discord. I stuck in between Discord and Telegram, but I'm just gonna make it now. You guys get to join, and you guys tell me what you want to talk about. You know, we're gonna start having daily calls, or weekly calls, monthly calls, that we're gonna have our 5 a.m. wake up call. Something to look forward to, something to be excited about, and we're gonna do it that way. You know, so I'd love for you guys to join in on me, join the movement of people making it happen, joining the group of people. Because this is the thing that I stand for, is I want to make it my way, right? Make it without stealing, by being a good person, right? Not selling drugs, not doing anything illegal, but with those principles, being a godly man, you know, pouring into my community, pouring into the people I love, and making a living, a successful living, monetarily and spiritually, and doing that with freaking people that I find that are awesome. is my philosophy. And if you support that, it's up. You let me know. Otherwise, the boy's gonna continue documenting daily, not the weekends though. Okay, so don't expect videos on the weekends. If I miss a Friday, you will see a video on the weekend though. And pretty much, I'm just talking to myself. But this year has to just be intentional, right? Because it takes sometimes so much to create that momentum in our lives that you gotta stop and smell the roses. You gotta stop and see what's going on. Because sometimes, Sunday, the weekend's over, you open your eyes and it's Wednesday. It was so busy that it's Thursday, and now you didn't get any progress towards your goals, right? So that's what this is, to be intentional about the things that I want, and to be intentional about the things that you want. And you can use this channel as a means of prioritizing it. Whether you want to be a better dad, better husband, better whatever. This is mainly a business channel. But, like, being intentional about your spiritual life. Like, I'm taking RCIA, I'm taking business class, I'm taking spiritual classes, I'm prioritizing my spiritual life, and so should you. And if you're on the back of this screen looking at me, yeah, hey man, whether you're one person looking at the screen, 2, 5, whatever, I understand how important you are, how important I am, and how I've had to get out of my own way to start getting progress in my life. I know how difficult it is, and for other people, it's not difficult. Some people, and it's a learned skill. They can get out of their own way, and they're just gonna do it, and that's it. They're gonna look at me like I'm mental masturbating, I'm doing this, but I know how much mental masturbation happens, and how I have to overcome it using emotions, using certain habits, and I'm trying to document it. And I've taken many pictures of, because I know the day's gonna come when I won't ever have to worry about this stuff ever again. I'm not gonna have to worry about money. I'm not. So I've instinctively said, man, this would be let me take a picture of my bank account. -$2, -14, withdrawn bank account, collection here, charge off there, can't afford this phone bill, can't afford this, unemployed. Taking pictures of that whole journey and documenting it in a way where it's like, dude, it's not always gonna, this is the worst it's ever gonna be. The worst, the absolute worst is today. Today is the worst it's ever gonna be. But I understand that, and maybe you don't. But if I can be that jump off point, that this is your save point, this is your checkpoint, you say, man, that guy's making some sense. What would it be like if I just went all in? What would it be like if I did X? What would it be like if I did that? What would it feel like? What does it look like? And you could use me as that checkpoint to say, shit, man, like, my life could be completely different. Let me start today. So, a little bit of a rant. Sorry about that. But I've grown in my life in many ways, and this is one of those ways where I had to grow. So, with that being said, follow, and I'm going to be creating the Telegram now and putting in the link below.